All life begins as a simple seed, a mere speck of dust, unseen and unheard, yet within it contains the potential to flourish and to create the wonders all around us that capture the eyes and warm the heart. The beauty of life continues onward into eternity. The mighty ocean that swallows countless lives into its deep blue abyss, in its essence, is but a teardrop of life, wrapped in a veil of deep mystery. The great forests that overflow in waves of countless trees. From the ancient roots buried deep underneath the soil, to the branches reaching high as they brush the clouds in the sky. Formed from a single seed that had once kissed the earth. The endless deserts are just but small grains of sand, a memory of an ocean that was once there, now scattered far, carried on the wings of the wind across the land. Up towards the heavens, the overwhelming magnitude of a single star burns from another time, massive and wondrous, and yet so very far. Just another grain of sand, lost in the dark nocturnal seas of the night, glowing as a bright candle's light. The distant deserts of stars sparkled like the glimmers on the waves of the never-ending galaxies. The oceans, the cosmos, that stretch past the unfathomable, infinite. Such is the path of every warrior. It starts out as an ember and becomes consumed as a blazing fire, paving the way to something far bigger than themselves. The discipline that comes through the struggles and pains of life becomes a light that guides them through the darkness of this cold, barren world. The gentle wind sings in blissful silence as I sit here and wonder, still as a stone by the gentle stream below. I ponder in the thoughts of my insignificant existence, for I too am just a speck of dust, dwelling among the earth, and yet even someone as small as me must have a purpose, a reason to be. Given the privilege to enter this little paradise we call life, we are brought into this mysterious world, not by choice, but by the hands of fate. The only choice we have is what we will do with what we were given. This life was a gift from God that for too long I have taken for granted. The countless years and times I have done nothing to show my appreciation. I have wasted it in my laziness and tainted it with my selfishness. When you waste your time on this earth, life starts to lose its grip. Its purpose becomes lost and meaningless. Joy turns bitter, and warmth turns cold. When the eyes start to forget what light looks like, too quickly, the spirit becomes impotent and starts to fall into the empty darkness. The body is your temple that, if defiled and left without care, turns into your prison. Temptations lure us into the eddies of this world and bash our wills against the stones. The passions wrap you in chains, tighter and tighter, until you're left breathless, leaving you hopeless and abandoned within your own self. These chains will not be broken easily, and your inner demons and fears will restrain you at every try. They will clip the wings of your dreams and not allow you to fly. But do not feel discouraged, for the Creator of life gives strength to break these chains and gives hope to live even to the soul lost deep in despair. If only you would just lift up your head and let the light shine into your wounded soul. Behold all the wonders that surround you. The inner sorrow starts to drown as a new life is found. The earth as a whole is a cosmic church, bestowed by beauty and wonder, a place of healing and recollection of our original calling. From the landscapes to the wondrous creatures that dwell within it, the embrace of the Almighty, reflected in the endless colors of His creation. The storm clouds start to wither away, and the eyes once again see the sun's majestic rays of light. It reminds us of how beautiful life is and why it's worth fighting for. It is far too precious to throw away and allow to be forgotten. Each breath that you take is a gift and a reminder of the blessing that it is to be alive. When life seems too much to bear, and hope seems so far and unreachable, become still and silence yourself. Breathe deeply, emptying yourself of these thoughts with a sigh of relief, and filling yourself with air, with life, with wondering gratitude. The beauty of existence outweighs the pains and burdens of life. Inhale light. Exhale darkness. Inhale hope. exhale despair. Inhale life as you exhale death. And you will once again find a reason to be living. This path that I have chosen is not an easy path, but it's promising and fulfilling. It is the path to better thyself. It is not a destination that I seek, but a transformation. The journey that slowly becomes that destination as it flows and changes like a waterfall, pushing the water, the river, into the ocean. The same water is no longer part of the small pond, but now part of the endless ocean. The time for change has come. It is time to stand, prepare for the journey ahead. It is time to put the past behind, to better myself, and to redeem my gratitude for life. You only get one chance to live in a world of beauty surrounded by desolation. And even though we can try again and again, each time the margin grows smaller and smaller as our days go shorter. No man knoweth the final hour. So if you want to change, you must do it now. While the chance is still there, do not throw it aside, as it will always emerge and return to you as regret. When the warrior spirit calls you for the battle within, you must answer that call. I am ready for this battle of self. Almighty Father, my Creator and Savior of my soul, please send me a change of heart and a spirit of purity. Guide me on my path through the dark valley of the shadow of death. Give me the strength to overcome my struggles and defeat evil, both seen and unseen, and that may dwell within. Before your cross I bow, in memory of what you have done for us. A symbol of death and pain, turned into a symbol of life and hope. Holy God, holy mighty, holy immortal, have mercy on us. Every journey, no matter how big or how small, starts with that first humble step. This journey is one that has no end. There is no set destination. It goes on and on, just one foot stepping in front of the other, over and over and over, again and again. Thoughts of change are a good starting point. One must physically open them a door to allow change to enter. Where am I running to? To the unknown. It's a race against yourself to find which side will prevail in the finish line. You must simply push forward, but with focus and honest effort. Each repetition will bring you a step closer to your true strength and the realization of your dormant potential. There is always a way to improve, and if the eyes can't see it, let the heart guide the body towards it. It won't be easy, as nothing great ever happens without the effort of the body, the sweat, and the endeavor of the soul, the tears. Keep running, for the path is blazed only through action. The steps become miles, and miles become a journey. Through following this path, it reveals self-discovery. You start to not only understand that you're alive, but feel it. You unveil the true self and see where you stand in your weaknesses and in your strength, so you can better understand where to take the next step and keep going. Embrace the burn, see it as growth. Embrace the pain, see it as gain. Embrace the struggle, for it brings meaning. The beauty of free will is that you always have a choice. The choice to believe that you can do it, or that you can't. The body and mind constantly wrestle between doubt and possibility. The irony is that the mind controls the body, yet it is the body that conditions the mind. Both must be in balance with one another. The consistency of the body builds the strength to keep going, and the mind, with a clear desire, gives the direction where to keep going. Instead of sitting around, you started doing something. Even when you are lost in your problems, the answer to them will come with time. Just keep your chin up and go forward. The sun shines brightly every morning with a promise of a new day, and with each day brings a new opportunity to make a choice. Will you take it and push yourself, or will you allow it to push you down and not even try? No matter how slow you may go, it is not in vain if it is truly all you have to give. Be it 10 times or 1,000 times, you know in your heart if you're truly trying, for you cannot lie to your own self. And if you keep going, great things become inevitable. You will see the possibility and believe that change truly is a reality. No matter the circumstances, there are always opportunities around if you look deeper. Believe that change truly is a reality. Believe that you can do it. Believe the struggles you feel can be overcome. Have faith when the road is unclear, that you may cross in the midst of uncertainty to the other side, where clarity is at the horizon. Move forward and onward to that horizon. When the rain starts to pour, keep going. When the darkness closes in, keep going. Step by step, day by day, the act of motion propels you forward. Focus on getting in one more step forward. Just one more rep. Momentum keeps you moving and adds fuel to the fire. But life is tough. No matter who you are, how tough you think you are, life is tougher. The fire burns until the winds blow too strongly, and it slowly starts to wither. The light starts to dim, and the will becomes blind. The dedication you once had starts to fade, and the overwhelming struggle bring you down upon your knees. Even with all your effort, you cannot find the will in rising back up. You gave it so much, and it felt like it was all for nothing. You must not listen to that voice, and instead, search deeper within yourself for that spark, that first step of the journey, that reason why you even started and worked so hard for it in the first place. All the hardships and struggles you faced had a purpose behind them, to teach you and to test you. It was not for nothing, and you know it. While the spark is still glowing, no matter how small, you must guard it from the cold winds. You must clear the voices of doubt and despondency. Look down upon yourself, lying on that ground, tired and beaten, and ask yourself, is this the end of it? Is this where I choose to end my journey and allow the spark to dim away? Or is this where I face myself and rise back up on my tired hands and feet and continue? I choose to rise, despite that my body is shaken in exhaustion, and that my mind is begging me to fall back down. Even if all the energy I have left is to simply stand there, I must be strong and endure. This is true strength, and the only way to conquer yourself. You must go against the grain within yourself. You may be able to defeat countless opponents, but in the end, the strongest opponent you will ever face is your own self. Disregard everyone else, and face only the true opponent that matters. Yourself. Face your inner demons, your inmost fears, your struggles, and expose them to the light of the fire burning within your heart, and allow it to overcome their power. One must fall in order to know how to rise. One must lose to really understand the true meaning of winning. But most importantly, one must defeat themselves in order to understand what it takes to become a better person. Many years came and disappeared since I began my journey. And every time I got closer to the shore, I only got swept right back away. The body had changed, but the spirit within changed more. Effort and perseverance kept the voice of determination strong within myself, deafening all the wails of weaknesses. No matter how loud they yelled for me to give in and to give up, to be swallowed by a chasm of despair, it did not prevail. The will, if strong enough, will blind the distractions and overpower your hardships. greatest damage the enemy can do is rob you of your will to live and your love for life. It will place a wall after wall in hopes to stop you, but it can't keep you from striking that wall. Even if it does not seem to leave a mark, it still fractures from within. Sooner or later, it will start to crumble and collapse. The determined spirit and the loving heart, if given the time to grow, cannot be stopped. Day in and day out, ignore the callings of past doubts and abandon the enticement of the slothful spirit. Clear the mind and focus on what needs to be done, and their power will start to lose its grip. It will not be easy. Do not mistake for a second that you have won or that they're gone for good, as it is an endless inner battle as long as you wield breath. So keep your guard out and your sword not far from your side. Countless times you will fall and be tested by life. But you must accept this and choose to rise back up, hit after hit, struggle after struggle, and endure to the end. Repetition will lead to habit, and habit will lead to self-discipline, to help you rise after every time that you fall.
Iron is forged into a sword only after it has taken many hits and has been put through the burning fire. So too should be our will. We must refine ourselves to persevere through life's battering hits and allow discipline to be the fire that forges us into the wonderful beings we all have the potential to become. Over and over, keep going with a pure heart and an enduring spirit. However, remember that it is far too easy to fall into the clutching claws of arrogance as one climbs higher and grows stronger. Perfection is an illusion. There is only improvement for the better. If you ever feel that you have reached perfection, you must look closer and you will see that you have only deceived yourself. Your blind ego has lied to you and stopped you in your tracks. You have fallen, not physically, but mentally off the path. You must remain humble in your efforts, as life will always find new ways of humbling us. For if we embrace humility, we will find beauty in the simple things, and revive the peace that gets stolen or disrupted by pride and greed. The ego deceives you into thinking that you are high and mighty, when in reality, you have already fell without awareness of it. However, when you lower yourself, it may appear as though you have fell, when in reality, you have risen above yourself. Humility will bring with itself patience, and with patience, you'll be able to enter into the solitude of peace, allowing the inner silence to hide you from your ego, and open to you the kind voice of reason. It will open your eyes to your flaws. Those who cannot see their flaws will never be able to correct them. When you are knocked down, Descend into the sacred silence within the gates of the heart. Descend down into that sacred place when all hope fades inward into the eternal, where the endless light embraces the soul and comforts the sorrow. And there to battle with the darkness. A truly humble person cannot fall, as they have already lowered themselves to the ground. Their spirit rises like a flower from the seed of meekness, planted in the soil of their hearts. They are not weighed down by pride, but instead are lifted up like a leaf in the wind, with unearthly peace in the soul and a glimpse of paradise in their heart. An enduring person can take whatever life throws at them and still be able to keep a smile. A person that is both humble and enduring is willing to bear all that life throws at them and remain grateful not only for the difficulties they already face, but even more that may come along the way. They see the gratitude hidden in everything they already have and are ready to face anything that awaits them. You must learn to embrace the mental, physical, and spiritual pain. See it as conditioning. You can allow it to break you down into despair, or break you to grow. Broken you will be, but that is life's way of rebuilding. This is the beauty of existence. This beauty of existence outweighs the pains and burdens of life. Love these virtues and allow them to strengthen you into a humble warrior. This fire of endurance is the force that wakes you up every morning before the sun rises, despite the dark, the cold, or the exhaustion. It is what lets you bear the pains and daily struggles. It is what gives you that extra step when your legs start to give in. Strive for the top of the mountain. Pray for the will to climb it. Endure its height and powerful might. Reach the top and behold the sight. This is the shadow of fire, the humble shadow of the invisible fire of endurance that is unseen, unheard, burning bright underneath this barren skin. It lights the way and shows the will every single day.